So whether you are just coming back from a vacation and you want to get yourself back on track, or you're finding the holidays a little rough to navigate through while trying to be on a healthy weight loss diet and weight loss journey, this video will help you out. I've got a bunch of tips to help you recover and reset after a vacation, after a holiday, in the middle of all of this. Let's get going. My name is Kathleen Hart. I'm a mindset and weight loss coach. The key to my work is that I help people, clients everywhere realize that your mindset is what is blocking you from reaching your goals. So in my programs, we dive deep into repairing and healing your mindset around body image, weight loss, food, the scale, all of the things that encompass dieting, the diet world, and we clear out those blocks so you can then reach your goals. I help you take the actionable steps that we need to do for weight loss and make them fun, enjoyable, and let it be easy. If you're struggling right now and your weight loss journey is not easy, it's your mindset. If anybody ever wants to work with me, the links are always down in the description box below my videos, but let's get on into how you can recover fast, holiday, vacation, whatever it is. So the first thing I would say is a mindset issue. You have to start over as soon as you're ready, which to me should be as soon as possible. Don't let yourself go down a negative spiral where you had a couple bad days and now you're gonna keep going and that's gonna turn into a couple bad months. Nip it in the bud, stop immediately, start the recovery process as soon as you can, because you are going to ultimately feel better when you do so. So it might not feel good to start over tomorrow. I get that. You might have had a pretty rough weekend and you're like, I can't do this on Monday. That's okay. Instead, make yourself a plan. Plan out that day. What is that day that you're gonna get back on track? And remember, that could be a Wednesday, that could be a Thursday, that could be a Friday. It doesn't have to be the first of the month, and it doesn't have to be a Monday. In fact, it shouldn't have to be that ever. You should do it when it feels good to you intuitively. The more intuitive you can get about your weight loss journey, the better your results are going to be. So then let's talk about mindset a little bit deeper. Let's think about this whole thing logically. Is your vacation, a couple days on vacation where you had an awesome time and maybe indulged a little bit, is that gonna ruin your entire progress that you've made up until that point? The answer is no, it's not. Is one holiday going to ruin what you've accomplished before that holiday? No. Think about it logically. One day, 1 week is not going to discount everything that you've done thus far. So instead of beating yourself up over it, pick yourself up and say, I had an awesome time at that holiday, on that vacation, and I'm going to just move on and get back to doing what works for me. The best part is you will be able to bounce back super quickly, but you've got to get your mindset there first. So a lot of people will start beating themselves up the day or two after their vacation, after the holiday. It's already kind of like a letdown. Vacation's over, you kind of already feel bad. You're like, oh, gotta go back to reality. Same thing for holidays. You kind of hype them up. We look forward to them for so many months, and then they're gone in the blink of an eye, and we're kind of like, we're in the letdown period. Instead of letting yourself make that worse by being upset with yourself about how you ate, pick yourself right back up and realize I can bounce right back. I can start doing what works and I can bounce right back in a day or two, and believe me, you will. You will. That is a reality, but you've got to get your mindset there first. So then what are you going to do? Making your plan. Pick your day, and then you're going to do what works. So if you're like me, for me, I know high protein diet, low carb, getting my water, and fasting is what's important to me to feel really good every day. So what am I gonna do in my plan? I'm gonna pick a day, I'm gonna get back at it, and I'm gonna do the things that work. And when we do the things that work, our mindset gets really quiet. Our mindset says, oh, well, if I do low carb and I drink my water, you know, I'll feel better and I'll get the results that I want. So then immediately we take a sigh of relief and we get what we're asking for. We're back on track and we get those results that we want. So the vacation, the holiday, the maybe pound or two we may have, you probably didn't even gain it, but if you did gain, it'll be gone in a day or two once you're back on track, and you'll feel a million times better. Doesn't doing what works feel a million times better than indulging in a huge Thanksgiving Day spread every day? It just feels better. So those days are great to indulge and have fun, but getting back on track also feels really good too. It feels really good to indulge in the moment, but it also feels really good to get back on track. So just be okay with that. Be okay with doing both. Be okay with the decisions that you're gonna make. So in the mindset world, when we have these triggers, when we have a holiday, when we have a vacation, it can be hard to jump back on track because our mindset wants to go to the way we used to do things, which is falling off track, indulging every single day, feeling like crap. Repeat, repeat, repeat. So instead, we've got to break that cycle. Our mindset will go back there and say, oh yeah, this is familiar. Let's keep doing this, even though we're uncomfortable. So we have to break the cycle, which is why I say to make a plan and do what works. Pick your day and do what works, because your mindset will control you if you don't control it. And what I actually say to myself when I feel myself getting a little bit out of control, I've done this for years, I literally will say, wait, mindset, that's not how we do things anymore. And I will look in the mirror and I will say things, it sounds silly, but it really works. I will say things like, you're getting back on track. You're doing this. Tomorrow we're starting, you've got this. I've got my plan, I've got it written out. We know exactly what we're eating. We know exactly what we're drinking. We know what we're doing, and we are doing it starting tomorrow. Go you got this. In the mirror, dancing. That's me. That's what I do. I do kind of a positive rampage like that, and it really gets me pumped up. It gets me feeling really good, and then in the mood to start my plan again. And two, for vacations and holidays, if you are reflecting back and thinking, wow, I didn't make the best choices. I overindulged too much. I didn't do the right things. If you're finding yourself getting down on yourself and kind of beating yourself up over those things, look at it in a different way. Because the past is the past. It's already happened. So we can't change it, but what can we do? We can learn from it, and we can change our actions for the future when these events come up again. So in this case, what lessons have I learned? Do I know that on Thanksgiving or Christmas or, whatever holiday it is, that I maybe can't have all of the appetizers, all of the entree that everybody made, and indulge in dessert and have cocktails? Like, that maybe was pushing it. So next time I might just pick 2 out of those things to indulge in, and the rest of the time I'll be good. It could be the same for your vacation. Maybe you just overdid it. Maybe you just overindulged too much, and then next time you'll know, okay, I maybe didn't have as good of a time as I wanted to because I overindulged too many times on either food or drinks or the sun, being out in the sun too much on a vacation. It's all kind of in retrospect. Let's take the positives away that we want to and learn from the things that we may think are negative. They're not negative, they're just learning experiences. But it's a great way if you find yourself going down the path of overanalyzing it and beating yourself up, to instead spin it and say, okay, this happened, but what can I learn from it? And how can I make it better for next time? That's the cool thing about our mindsets too. The next vacation you go on, even if you didn't do this exercise, you will be like, oh, I should not have that many jalapeno margaritas by the pool. Like, I won't do that this time because last time it was too much. We do that anyway, but instead of beating ourselves up and going down the rabbit hole right after the vacation, do that now. Say to yourself, okay, I maybe overdid it a little bit, but next time I will be better. And then you kind of laugh it off and it's not a big deal, and then take the other tips in this video and jump right back on track, and you'll be fine. Everything will be fine. So going forward right now, I'm gonna give you a little map of what you can do right now to not only make your plan, but then to execute it. So you're gonna sit down, and I want you to take a piece of paper and write down everything that works for you. When you were losing weight, when you were, flying high, feeling really good, seeing the results that you wanted to, what were you doing? What were your pillars? I'll tell you really quickly my pillars. Mine are a low carb lifestyle and carb cycling, getting over 120 ounces of water, including electrolytes, fasting until lunchtime, and getting 10,000 or more steps per day. If I do those 4 things, not only do I feel amazing, but the results come too. So my stomach is flatter. At the time when I was losing weight, I would lose weight super quickly. I would bounce right back. Those are my pillars. So what are your pillars? What are the things that work the best for you? Write those down. Then you're gonna wanna make a meal plan for as many days as what feels good to you for when you jump back on track. Sometimes that's going to be 1 day of planning. Sometimes people like to sit down and do a full week of planning and say, I know everything I'm gonna eat for the next week. Everyone is different. Do what feels good to you. If I'm telling you to do 7 days and you're like, oh my gosh, no, that's too much. That's way too much. I can't plan that much in advance. Don't do it. If 1 day feels good to you, do 1 day. Say, okay, well, at least I know what I'm eating tomorrow for, all of my meals and my snacks. That is it. Lead with your intuition. Lead with what feels good. Everything in your weight loss journey should feel good. That's what I tell my clients every single day. If you don't feel good doing something, don't do it. So now that you've got your start date, your exact plan, you know what works, now is the time where you do some mindset work. I have a free goal setting journal prompt down in the description box. You can grab that. It's a PDF. You just download it. You can write it. You can actually just write it in your journal if you want to. But a quick journal exercise for your mindset is going to be about listing everything that you're upset about that just happened. So whether it be a holiday, a vacation, anything that's upsetting you about what you did, overindulging, you know, not getting enough sleep, just overeating, over drinking, like all these things, everything that's upsetting you right now, make a list of it. Get it out of your brain and onto paper. And then right next to or underneath those things that you just listed out, I want you to write down how it's not going to affect your weight loss journey. So if you wrote down, I drank too many jalapeno margaritas, underneath it you're gonna say, you know what though, I had a lot of fun at the poolside bar, laughing and joking around with people that were also on vacation, and I had an amazing time, and who cares if I had one too many, it's not a big deal. And then same thing if we're talking about the Thanksgiving table. I probably shouldn't have had stuffing, cranberry sauce, and mashed potatoes. Like maybe I just overdid it with my food this year. Underneath it, well, you know what though? I had a big plate of food or 2 or 3, but it's okay. I still had a great time with my family and my friends. I'm so glad I got to see a certain person in my family. I'm so thankful that my grandma made this stuffing from scratch. I love her. I'm so glad we got to spend time together. You've got to spin the negatives into positives, and the only way that will happen is if you tell your mindset where to point the emotion. Negative is always going to be our default. We have to swing it over to positive, but we have to do that intentionally. So this is a great exercise for anybody wanting to get their mindset back in alignment with positive vibes, which will in turn get you towards your goal and help you with restarting, recovering from this holiday, and just feeling better overall. I hope this video came at a good time for you. There is nothing wrong with a little bit of overindulging. Just make sure you get right back on track as soon as you feel good enough to. Don't let it spiral out of control into months and months and weeks and everything like that. You have the power to control your entire weight loss journey. Remember everybody, it's all in your mindset. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, drop me a comment down below and let me know what you think. I will see you all soon with a new video, but until then, have an awesome day. Bye guys.